Hello everyone. So guys, the wait is over. This is video 2 of our generative AI using Django series, and in this particular video we are going to discuss the introduction of generative AI, and we will be even discussing about the overview of LLMs and Django. So this video is definitely going to be a very interesting, because in this particular video we will be discussing the key concepts of generative AI, what are the real world applications where you can work with, and what can generative AI actually do, then the LLM models and the key characteristics of LLM models and how its role in the generative AI is crucial, and popularity of this particular LLM models. There are different LLM models like open source and closed source. We'll be discussing about that. Then what are the key applications of it. Finally, we'll be discussing about Django and the key features of Django, why we should mainly use it, and how Django is mainly helpful for monolithic service compared to microservice, and why industries use Django a lot. So we'll be discussing about that. So guys, now let's not waste our time. Let's get started. Make sure you subscribe the channel. Okay. So guys, here I have a beautiful IPONB file in which the content is available for you all to discuss. And don't worry, this content will be available for you all to read or refer later. The content will be this video description. So let me just start pointing out one by one. So here you can see a introduction to generative AI. So generative AI is a capitative technology that's transforming the way we create and interact the outputs. Like imagine there is a coffee shop and you see someone effortlessly sketching a beautiful landscape and composing a catchy tune. Now think about a computer that can do same work, but it can create a original artwork, like writing stories and even generating music all by itself. So but when it comes to coffee shop, right, there you require someone to draw. Artist will be doing the drawings and the musicians will be singing. But here what it happens, like he'll be composing the music, but here what happens in this particular generative AI era, they are telling that, like in short I'm telling you all that you can easily only one particular system can easily achieve both. Like the generative AI can generate the images. You have ideogram for that. If you just go to ideogram and give a proper prompt, you will get a nice and clear images. So this particular image which you are seeing is also generated by ideogram only. Generative AI, a new era of creativity. So you can see how interesting it looks, right? So it's been generated by ideogram. You can refer it out. Even you have DALI and other image and tools like Midjourney, Leonardo tree. But I felt ideogram is very great for that. Apart from that, for music generation, you have many tools, like you have Suno AI, and now even there are now right now it's a trending actually to, based on image, like we can create a videos, right? So you just upload the image and give a prompt and that will be converted to video. So now that is actually trending, and that can be made possible using Runway ML, and even many other creative applications are there. Like you have Sora. In Sora you can directly give a prompt and it will create a video for you. So there are many AI tools, right, which you can use day by day. So let me just off this. Creativity is not about originality, but it's about uh, tring. Okay, it's about tring. Generative AI is the canvas on which you can print the future. Sorry, paint the future. I mean that it's like you have all the thing, whatever you need, you can achieve with the help of generative AI here. So we will be actually discussing about that in detail. What is generative AI? Generative AI refers to a subset of artificial intelligence that mainly focus on creating content rather than analyzing and processing and extracting data. So generative AI involves algorithms that is particularly chosen based on deep learning. You can say it's actually a transformer based model. You can say why I specifically written here or I mentioned here, because see, it just doesn't create a random content. If you see the old models, like you have RNNs, LSTMs, GRU, and even you have many models of transformers as well, like BERT and GPT. What they do, you can fine tune those particular model according to your data. But when you're creating or when you're asking some question, especially when it comes to RNNs and LSTMs, it doesn't think much. Based on the question you ask, it don't understand or it doesn't think about it. It directly gives you some random answer. But here in generative AI, it doesn't happen like that. So if you give a question, it will first check out the question clearly, it will analyze it, and based on the question, what is the best answer, like top K we tell. So there is something called QKV methods, which Q is nothing but query, K is key, and V is value. So which is nothing but which is mostly used in all these LLM models and even in transformers. So I have already created a particular complete playlist called transformers. So you can check out that particular playlist where I have detailedly decoded about transformers, and parallel I have explained about this QKV, attention mechanism, attention is all you need paper, everything is available. You can go and have a look on that. If you understand that, then only you can understand this particular series clearly. Okay. Now, of course, you can understand this as well, but you will not be having that deep, clear architecture or that deep, clear understanding of what generative AI internally is doing. Okay. Okay, so deep learning models, okay, those are nothing but neural network models, and training process, the key concepts of generative AI training process. The model is trained on large data sets to learn patterns such as words from the sentence, and even the future images are there. Now, the latest technology is that people are even training with the help of videos. For example, like you can take me only example. I have in YouTube more than 200 videos right now. So I can use all those videos. I can download all those videos into a place, and I can feed that entire videos to a particular model, machine learning, not machine learning, generative AI model, a transformer based model, and I can fine tune it to behave like me. I can actually tell it to behave same like me, and the way I am moving right now, everything can be done actually. So that particular that level of achievement can be done right now. That is the level of achievement where the generative AI is right now. Even the agents are coming out. Agents are nothing but you can call this as an agent only. Like if I create like a complete trained model of me, a character will be sitting in front of you like me, and the voice, if we configure it the proper voice, even the voice training will be used, right? So both based on my actions and how I am thinking and my voice, everything, this particular model will try to replicate. Instead of me, it will start to record the videos or it will start to give the content. Whatever task you give it, it will do it for you. So that level of understanding is here right now. And the key algorithms of generative AI models include GANs, VE, which is nothing but retinal autoencoders, and transformers, which are nothing but GPT models are there, BERT based models are there, T5 models are there. There are many models which you can use. Generative AI has unhatched in a new era of content creation like automation and customization. So if you see automation, customization, and crafting. Okay, so 1 second. This is very high actually. Yeah. Automation and transformation and customization. So this particular level of stories can be achieved with the help of it. Okay, like designing an intricate artwork, and it has the capability to span across multiple creative fields. Okay, so whatever the latest creative fields are there, you can try to use it off. Okay, you can automate the tasks, you can work on the latest tasks. I mean, you can give it to research. It can be actually a best researcher for you. It can find out some best possible resources for you, and it can figure out it. So let me actually close this epic pin. I guess it's not that useful when we are just explaining it. Okay. Diverse applications of generative AI, text generation. It's nothing but a simple chatbot model or a simple text-based answering model, you can say, where you just provide a question and it answers. You can take an example of ChatGPT, Gemini. When you want open source, you can use Llama models. You can directly use them and build your own custom chatbots. Image and audio generation. When it comes to image and audio generations, you have multiple models out there. As I told you all, DALI, Stable Diffusion, Mid Journey, and especially ideogram, where you can just give a prompt and it will generate the images. Music generation, for that you have OpenAI's MuseNet and Google's Magneta, and even there are many things like which can compose various types of musics like classical, enumerated, jazz, and modern level of musics as well. Code generation, for code generation you have GitHub Copilot and OpenAI's Codex, and multiple assistants are there. Especially for GitHub Copilot, right now I guess it's giving you per month 2000 queries free, I guess. Now GitHub Copilot, previously it was paid, now it is actually free. You can install it in your VS Code, and up to 2000 tokens or something it's giving you free, where you can talk to GPT-4 directly. You don't need to even pay as well. That Copilot is configured with GPT-4, so whatever questions you ask, GPT-4 will answer you in your VS Code itself, and it will be monitoring your code and it will give you code suggestions. So that's one of the important advantage you can use of. You can make sure to download GitHub Copilot extension in your VS Code. Okay. So what are large language models? So large language models, until now I have explained the high level overview, but you can take like you already know some of the examples, like even this ChatGPT is a large language model, and Meta's models also are large language models. There are multiple models, Gemini, all these are large language models. Are nothing but these are a kind of AI models which are trained on billions and billions of parameters and tokens and billions of data. This particular model has the capability to mimic like human, in short, generate even human like text, and it can even behave like an human. The advanced AI systems are designed actually to understand and generate text in a way that it can mimic human conversation, as I told you. So large language models are a type of, this is actually a definition which I am reading you all. Large language models are a type of artificial intelligent models designed to understand, generate, and manipulate human language. They are based out of deep learning architectures. Okay, I already told you, right? It's a kind of transformer based model where, in short, simply to say you all, like you give it a question, it will answer you. It's like your own personal assistant with you. So if you give it a billions and billions of data related to you, then it can train itself and it can adapt itself and it can even mimic like you. So whatever questions you ask, based on that it can answer. So let me just show you all one example on this. So let's go with chat GPT only. So a small practical, okay, how it's gonna mimic. Okay, sorry, hey GPT. So it's all about prompting, how well you write a prompt, then it can behave like that. So for suppose I'll tell it, see, hey GPT, I want you to like Cristiano Ronaldo as Cristiano is having like you can say billions and billions of data related to him. I guess it can adapt it itself and talk to me to brand hey my friend, it's Cristiano Ronaldo here. You can see here, it is trying to give you can see here. When it comes to brand advertisement, it's all about consistency, passion, and performance. Just like on the pitch, brand need to connect emotionally with their audience, inspire them, and deliver value. So look at how I have built my own brand called CR7. So Cristiano Ronaldo's famous brand it is. So it's more than just clothing or fragrance. It's a lifestyle that what every brand should aim for, and creating something that people don't just buy or believe in. So key points are there. Tell me among what kind of brand are you working on? Let's make it champion. Okay, so what can I give it? Okay, I'm from seven called seven up. So I want you to promote it. So let us see. Oh, let's go. Hey everyone, Cristiano Ronaldo here. You know I am all about energy focus and stay refreshed both on and off the pitch. When it comes to stay cool, nothing beats an ice cold 7 up. Whether I am crushing it in train or relaxing after a big game, 7 up makes me fresh. Okay, so let me just give it a bit fine tuned version. Okay, but sorry, Coke and when we are also same in when we are also a kind of okay, now let us see what it will tell. I am just giving kind of this one. I see where you are coming from, my friend. Yes, it's true. I moved the Coca Cola bottles aside during the press conference, but let me explain. What's the movement that's powerful for 7 Up? It wasn't about soft drink, especially, it was about promoting a healthier and refreshing lifestyle. I always focus on making what makes me feel good and energy and fresh. Natural vibe. 7 Up has the crisp lemon lime flavor and feels right for refreshing. It's not heavy or over sweety, okay? No caffeine, pure refreshment, balance in key, okay? So, okay, refreshed like a champion, stay cool with 7 Up. Wow, what a tagline. I guess going forward, you don't need any promoters. Brands don't need any promoters. If they create an AI models like this, fine-tuned version, they can only automatically create, promote. Already there are some Instagram AI influencers which are doing it. So I guess this practical is very interesting for you all. So you can see here, I thought the model will tell no, but it came up, it made up a answer. But actually 7 Up is more sweeter compared to Coke. And even I guess Coke is having sugar free, zero sugar version Coke also. But 7 Up, I don't know actually whether it's there or not. And moreover, it's better to drink fruits or something like fruits based drink compared to drinking the soft drinks. Okay, let's move back to our particular content. So I hope this practical was interesting to you all. Now let's move further. Key characteristics of LLM. High parameter counts, like LLMs like GPT-3 have billions of parameters, making them capable of generating complex and diverse text outputs. Context awareness. They can understand and maintain the context of conversation or long piece of text. Multitask learning and generation ability. So these particular LLM models, right, there is a main advantage of it. First, let me tell you all about open source models and closed source models. Then I'll tell you about what is the main advantage in them. So when it comes to open source models, are what are open source and what are closed source models? Open source models are nothing but those models which are publicly available and which you or anyone can use it. We can fine tune it and we can build our own brand with that particular model, and those companies will not come in between for that. Like for example, you take Meta. So Meta is having Llama 3.2b right now, Llama 3.2b, 3.2 version model, which you can use. You can fine tune it with your data. You can build your own custom product with it, and you can even launch it out to the public. You can even generate revenue from it. No questions asked from Meta, because it's completely open source and you can use it for any purpose. But when it comes to OpenAI, you cannot use it for free. You have to pay for it. You have to pay for its token based pricing, and it is like per 1 million token open input token, 1 million output token. OpenAI is having some rates like 0.10 dollars or something it charges. So per every 1 million tokens input and per every 1 million tokens output again. So both are different. So there are two charges here. And the main advantage here is with I cannot say like the advantage, the main drawback with closed source models is you will be having a fear when you are using it. If you are using the API based models, there is a high chance that it can read your complete data, it cannot follow the rules, your each and every input data, especially if you are a company or if you are building something very huge. These models can read your data, and there is a high chance that it can be leaked out somewhere, and there is high privacy and security issues. But when it comes to personal models or open source models like this, you can automatically download them, you can fine tune them locally, and you can host it on your server. That model will be limited to that server only. It will not, whatever information you share, it will not go out of that particular server. That is one of the main advantage of using open source models. And fine tuning open source models is easy compared to this closed source models. And one of the very key advantage you can say like here is, always I would recommend using open source model mainly is, once if you fine tune and if you host it, except the server cost, you don't have any other things to pay. And moreover, these open source contributions are more important right now. Role of LLMs in advancing AI. LLMs play a crucial role in advancing AI, like they bridge the gap between machines and humans. They mainly bridge the gap of it. So now you can talk to your machine, like you can talk to ChatGPT. It's actually a machine, but you are able to talk to it, you are able to share it, and you are able to tell it to mimic like how you behave. Driving innovation across multiple industries. In healthcare right now, I see more and more updates related to AI are coming out, and democratizing access to AI. So platforms like ChatGPT and Hugging Face make it easy for developers to organize and integrate powerful solutions of applications. So popularity of LLM models, there are some popular LLM models which are shown here, like from OpenAI you have GPT-2, 3, 4, and not to GPT series especially, it starts from GPT-3 and 4. From Google you have BERT, Lambda, and Vertex AI, you have Gemini. There are many models, but I don't know why Google is struggling nowadays. When it comes to, I have both ChatGPT premium version and even Google premium version. So some questions which I require some answers. Compared to Gemini, I see ChatGPT is providing better answers. Might be I guess Google is following very strict rules and ethics, but I don't see that much level of security and ethics in ChatGPT. That might be the reason it is getting trained on some personal data. I feel this is not an 100% opinion. And Microsoft has introduced its LLMs, like you have Microsoft Copilot in your system itself. You can directly open it here. You can see, have you ever checked this out? This is actually a Copilot which is free to use. You all can ask questions to it as well. So apart from this, they are even building small language models, especially their Pi versions are famous. Pi 3, and right now recently they have released Pi 4 model. These are very famous. From Salesforce you have Einstein AI platform, like a CRM solution from Salesforce, and you have GitHub Copilot. And applications of LLMs, so you can use for text generation. So basic applications will be like for building a chat GPT or chat bots like chat GPT, another chat GPT. Like if you are a famous celebrity, like for example like Cristiano Ronaldo only, you will be having many questions to ask about Cristiano Ronaldo. Then what you can do, if Cristiano Ronaldo is having some chat bot like this, people can go and ask him questions, ask that particular model questions about him, and they can get to know. And content creation, for creating contents, especially for creating some educational content you can say, and creating documents, writing code for you. Sentiment analysis, so you can extract the social media posts. Not only social media, you can use sentiment analysis in many other ways as well, to business as well, to improve the sales, what it's lacking behind, that also AI can analyze. Machine translation, so LLMs like Google Translate can be used. Google Translate is not the key right now. You can even use ChatGPT. You can directly connect to ChatGPT's voice version and you can tell it to translate, it will do it. And summarization, like extracting key points from long documents to generate concise summaries, that can be done. So coding assistance is there. Apart from this, Django, web development framework. Now let us even discuss about Django. What is Django? Django is written in Python, well known for its simplicity and readability. So it is very beginner friendly programming language. If you have used Fast API and Flask, you will feel Django a bit complex, but Django, when you directly start with Django, you will feel it very easy, because in Django, right, what you say, you don't need to actually struggle in creating multiple files and structure everything. Django maintains a clear and proper structure. So before I explain about Django, let me just give a 1 minute info about what is the difference between microservice and monolithic service. What is microservice? Microservices are nothing but those services which are having high demand or high usage. For example, you take your example of an Instagram which you all are using, or you can take example of this YouTube itself. In YouTube, the likes which you're clicking, right, that's actually a microservice. When user clicks on like, that like microservice, in a sense, it's a separate engine. It is independent code. It's not connected. It's not combined a complete code. Okay. So here, whatever you are going to like, that will be saved in my YouTube's separate algorithm database, in this engine database, and that databases will be having connection. But these are separate APIs. They make sure that no other services comes down. For example, if you take monolithic service, what is monolithic service? Monolithic service are nothing but combination of 2 or 3 or multiple services in one code or in one server. For example, login, sign up, forget password, reset password, all these are a kind of monolithic services where you will not be having high demand. So what, in Instagram or in YouTube, what you will do, you will come once and you will log in, later will you again log in or sign up, then you will start to use it. Will you again come back for login, will you again come back for sign up? There you can say the usage is very less, right? So there the usage is less. That is the reason monolithic services are good for login, sign up, or like this profile management related codes. But when it comes to this like, share, and subscribing, these all are like video streaming as well. These all are separate engines, because they make sure if there is high load on that, and if that service by chance goes down, no other services should go down. If you write login, sign up, everything including video streaming, subscribe, like, count, in everything in one service or in one entire Django project, and if you host the Django project, how many users can it handle? 10, 20, 100, 200, 300 at a time. In YouTube, each second there are millions, like approximately thousands and thousands of people will be watching that particular video and liking it. So that many people's of load, once it goes on that particular model or that particular engine server which you have created, if any one service fails, for suppose while subscribing, multiple people have subscribed that particular YouTube channel, okay, so when they hit multiple times subscribe, if it's a monolithic service, by any chance the subscribe get crashed, the entire services, login, sign up, everything will come down because everything is hosted as a single code in one server. That is monolithic service. But when it comes to microservice, if the subscribe algorithm crashes also, all these other algorithms will run. Later we can rectify the subscribe engine and the YouTube team will bring it up. Okay. I hope you all are getting this very easily. This is a very long video, I guess, but it's very interesting to you all. I hope so. Popular applications built with Django. You have Instagram, Spotify, Pinterest, Bitbucket, and even the Washington Post. These all are some of the famous real world applications which are built using Django. Right now, Instagram is not on Django. They are moving it to Rust, I guess. They are writing the complete code to Rust. Spotify is still in Django, I guess. That's one of the main famous brands which are using Django. With the help of Django, you can create wonders actually. If you learn this complete, if you stay till the end of this particular complete series, you will learn very new things with Django. Key features of Django, built-in features. So Django is having its built-in features. Especially you don't need to configure a separate database. By default, they will be having a SQLite 3 database. You want, you can use it, or else in settings.py, just if you comment that SQL or if you remove that SQLite 3 database lines, that 4 5 lines, and if you add this, whether it's PostgreSQL or I guess, yeah, MySQL, anything, you can, if you add their code, immediately these particular services will automatically be configured to Django. That's one of the main advantage. And an admin page to monitor the workflow and everything, and management and login and sign up everything. MVT architecture, which is nothing but models, views and templates. So models.py will be there, views.py will be there, and templates you can create it, and in templates you can add the HTML files, and this template also you have to actually create the path. Okay, the path you are having, right, that you have to configure in settings.py. There is a file called settings.py in Django where all maximum whatever configurations need, everything are already fixed. Just you need to go and set the part there. Simply if you just make some minor changes in it, immediately it will automatically configure. That is one of the main advantage of using Django. Security. So when it comes to Django, unlike other fast API and Flask, Django definitely maintains its default security. That is one of the main advantage. Like cross-site request forgery, which is nothing but CSFR. Without CSFR, you cannot, no one can access it. And cross-site scripting like XSS, all these multiple scripts are there. SQL injection. Scalability. Django can handle high traffic, making it suitable for large applications like Instagram and Spotify. That is true, but only for monolithic services you can use Django. When it comes to microservices, like multiple hits are there, then I would not recommend to use Django. Go with some open, like building it as a separate engine or a separate microservice. Go with fast API only that time. But login, sign up, these all are some of the secure functionalities. Without using them, no one can come inside your product. So there Django plays a key role because Django is more secure compared to them. It can be used in various applications such as blogs, e-commerce sites, and even social networks. How Django works, a typical life cycle. So I'm not going to actually take up more time. It's already more lengthy video right now. So this particular thing, like it is, we will discuss about this particular, how it works directly when we are working on it. When to use Django, secure and scalable product. So I told you, right, when it's a monolithic services you are writing, then you, or if you are building a simple projects, simple in a sense like a kind of production projects, or if you're building some in-house projects which will be used only by your employees, like how many employees will be having, up to 10,000 employees, 20,000 employees also it can easily handle. So how much ever load it comes, so that time you can use Django. Advantages of Django: rapid development, community support, scalability and maintainability, and it's a cross platform. That is one of the main important advantage here. Of course, all the platforms are cross platforms only. All the codes, open source tools are, or this Python programming scripting languages, whichever you are having, everything are open source only. Scripting languages as well. which supports to cross platforms. Okay, so that's all. That is all you guys wanted to know. I guess it's a bit more theory, but it's very important for you all to understand. And make sure to remember this creative quote, which is actually written by AI itself. So guys, that's all for today's video. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Meet you all again in my next video.